Okay, let's start now. So Tata has updated Nexon EV. They have provided a new pack, new sense sensing. Tata Nexon EV now comes with 46.08 kilowatt hour battery pack and usable seems to be 45 kilowatt hour. And that they have and the cell it uses is the latest prismatic that they are using in their Curve EV. They have improved its charging also to 1.2 C, so that will turn out to be something like 56-57 kilowatt peak. And charging time has been reduced to 10 to 80% in 40 minutes. There has been some slight minute change in tuning in motor. We haven't been able to see any major upgrade in that. But yes, pack wise, charging wise, it's new. It's basically like curve. Some people have been asking if it is active EV. I Yes, it is active EV in every regards. And from what we can see, the center tunnel that was in Nexon LR, or as Max, it was Max or Prime, it is not there anymore. From what we can see in the representation image that Tata has provided, it is liquid cooled, 0 to 100 in 9 seconds, comes with 7.2 kilowatt AC fast charging. So that's standard. Do remember that you can use 3 kilowatt charger also, but it has the capability of 7 kilowatt. Yes. Electric motor is 110 kilowatt and LR was 106.4 kilowatt. So yes, there is slight power improvement, but it seems to be the same motor. And they have priced it very competitively. It starts at 14 lakh. The 45 kilowatt hour pack, it starts at 14 lakh. And the second version, Fearless 45, that starts at 15 lakh, Empowered at 16 lakh, and Empowered Plus at 17 lakh. So if you know the original pricing of Nexon, the 30 kilowatt hour one, it was higher than that. So we were really surprised to see Nexon coming at this time. We were expecting around Diwali to be updated cells and all, but I think maybe some MG launch and all they released it earlier, and they have killed it on the pricing. We were not expecting it to go that low, given the Curve 45 prices and others. One question someone asked on Twitter was that there is comparison between ICE and Nexon ICE EV and Curve ICE and EV. So there seems to be more difference in Curve than in Nexon EV. So answer to that question is that it's all about competition and how they manage their product line and all. But yeah, it's a fantastic upgrade to Nexon EV, and we are very hopeful that this will push up the sales of that. Sagar, what are your views?
Hi everyone. I'm so pleased to join with all of you. It's a killer upgrade, Nikhil. It's so well. There is so many incremental changes that are there in that particular upgrade, that it will be now super hit, because prismatic upgrade, Nikhil. We were all expecting this, and
Yes,
it
we
is.
shared that earlier also. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that way it's one of the most expected and most needed update for Nexon lineup, Nexon EV lineup. If you look, they have also provided a panoramic sunroof, which is in India, as we all know, it's practically not fit, but people like it. People like that,
Yes.
and that feature will increase the sales of Nexon EV for sure.
Right. And even after the recent Curve update, so battery pack wise, it seems to be on par with the Curve. So it is the latest Tata EV. Yes, the outer body shell is the older one, but the power battery pack powertrain is kind of that.
Yeah, exactly. And if you see, Nick here, now they have also included, vehicle to load and vehicle to vehicle, technology. So, this will make it one of the most affordable car, which is, providing that feature. And slowly, applications for these features will increase in India.
Manu, so Manu, you have Nexon.ev. At what price you bought it, and how do you see this update?
Uh, I bought it for 16.65 lakh on road, October 2020. Since I think the price drop is mainly because of the MG's Windsor announcement. But since when the competition is coming, the price is reducing. That we can understand. But till this moment, till the Windsor launch, they are getting this much profit in one vehicle itself. I can't digest it yet. That's the only thing I'm not having an idea about it. Remaining thing, when competition comes, price decreases. It occasionally happens. I am okay with it, but the price reduction here is much more than anything else because a top end, if you're comparing top end, I think around 5 to 7 lakhs difference is there in maybe some 2 3 months. That is, I feel it is too much.
See, Manu, the thing is they have already reduced, depending on the variants, the maximum. Hello?
Can you repeat it once more? Sorry.
Sagar, you were inaudible. Can you repeat? I think he is having network issue. So what he was trying to say that Tata reduced the prices of Nexon EV, and unofficially discounts were going on also. So, but yes, people have paid slightly more for the previous version, and that's how it is in the market. That's how it will be. At some point, there will be a new EV at smaller price. It will be better, and yes, some people would have paid more. We have seen it internationally happening with Tesla and others. There have been some. There is always outroar from people, and it is expected. But yes, that's how the market and the sales goes on.
Yeah, okay. If everywhere it is happening within 1 year and all, yeah, it's acceptable. But I, I still can't digest this much profit they are making in the same vehicle, almost same, not better vehicle. This is a better vehicle, right?
Yeah, it is a better vehicle, and as we earlier said, that Tata has in our calculation from our data on the Nexon EV and all, they had some huge margin on the battery. They could have reduced prices a lot and still be fine. So I think that's what is happening here. And after the Windsor launch at 38 kilowatt hour, 13.5 lakh, so that maybe pushed Tata to hasten it a bit, even drop the prices a bit more.
I would like to reveal two more things here. Actually, my vehicle I have asked
Manu, you are
first in
not
the they
audible
quoted
again.
7 lakh.
Manu, you have
Hello,
to
am I
repeat.
audible? Yeah, okay. What I'm trying to say is like I want to tell two things.
Yeah.
First thing is last August I have asked for a quotation or estimate for my vehicle's battery pack. Since now I am out of Bombay, right?
Okay.
Then I got a quote of 7.4 lakhs with the GST.
Yeah, we saw around 8 lakhs something. I think it was for Max. You have Prime, I think.
This is for Prime 30 kilowatt hour battery
Yes.
pack, 7.4 lakh for 30 kilowatt hour battery pack
Right. So yeah, that's so
with the GST.
so Manu, in our rough estimates, that's double more, around double or maybe more than double. That's what maybe cost them to manufacture it. Uh, yeah, initially, yes, they.
So what I'm trying to say is like at least I hope since the prices have come down, I hope at least for the replacement they may be reducing the cost. I don't know whether they will do that, but I am expecting at least for that all donors.
Oh, okay, so yeah,
Am I
yeah,
audible?
you are. So we need to see if someone goes around for pack replacement. We need to see, and maybe we'll have talk with Tata also if it comes to be too much. Uh, but yes, battery pack prices have removed the cell Tata imports, especially the earlier cylindrical ones. They are very indeed at very low prices. And if the even the new prismatic one, we are not expecting it to be much higher than the cylindrical ones. Maybe around just some a few dollars more. at best. So the battery pack prices, what you see is around in new media that LFP prices are approaching $50 and $60 something. So yes, that's true for what it's happening. Yeah, that is indeed true. That those prices are indeed true, and we have seen that. Regarding LFP, yeah, we saw some Ola and Ether imports. They were around between 90 to 100 dollar per kilowatt hour, based on how many what the shipment quantity is. So there's that. Yeah. Uh, Dr. Saab Explorer is here. Can you?
I just missed the initial part. If you can just brief me.
Yeah. So we just talked about Nexon EV update. So what are your views on that? 45 kilowatt hour prismatic cells.
I think 45 kilowatt. First of all, we already expected that this will come in the last phase, right?
Right.
Yes, yes. We all were expecting that the next one would be updated, but we were not expecting that it would be updated so soon.
Yeah, it's come earlier than expected. I expected around Diwali
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
other holiday. Yeah.
I was expecting that it would come around Auto Expo, but it has come very early. So now you have a car which gives you around about 320 real world range, with better software than the previous one. So we can hope that this one really uh, gives Nexon some impetus for the sales now. So there is no reason for anyone to not to opt for Nexon now, because it has made it more value for money. Uh,
And
Only thing
see,
would be
the base
yes,
version is about to be really on par. There's not much difference with the ICE now for people to say that EVs
yes,
are
yes, yes.
costly and such.
So now you have something which if you have good feature, if you get that 16 lakh model, you get almost everything,
Right.
and you get 50 plus range also along with it. Do well now.
Sagar, are you?
So and the other thing is that that 15 minute game changer thing. ये 15 मिनट चार्ज लगाओ और आप 100 110 आराम से चल सकते हो. That's a very good thing.
Yeah, the charging improvement is the most appreciable one, and I expect that to follow in the all other previous Tata EVs also.
Yeah, and the most important thing, Dr. Saab, they reduce the prices by almost 3 lakhs. But after that they have provided these important upgrades of panoramic sunroof, upgrade of the battery pack, which is one of the most important, even V2L and V2V technology. So these are very incremental upgrades in the Nexon, and I expect Nexon EV to increase its numbers significantly now. That's a very very beautiful product now. it,
Yes,
it's
you're
a, it's a
absolutely
product
right.
that should
Now
have
you
been
have a
please go on, Dr.
I
Saf,
think
please.
it would be really interesting to see when. I would be just seeing. I think I just missed it. It would be interesting to see when they launched in 2019, when they launched 2020 March में जब launch किया था Nexon. So what was the price of that car? We have to just compare that with the current 45 kilowatt hour battery pack. That would be really interesting to see.
Yeah, I think it's lower. The 45 kilowatt is pack is lower than the
Yeah, that is.
initial 30 kilowatt hour.
So you have a situation uh, where a car is being launched time and time again, and it is being launched at a lower price. It doesn't happen in ICE vehicle at all.
Absolutely.
So
So
there
that
should
is
be
what,
no reason for someone who wants an EV not to opt for.
Uh, shall
Yeah,
I
Manu, go on.
say some? Actually, in my opinion, this reduction of the price with respect to 2020 model is perfectly understandable. At that time, that much sales are not there, and the technology is coming up, and there are a lot of other risk factors and all there. That I think it is normal only. I don't think there is. I am at least I am as a prime owner from 2020. I am not having that much concern about that much price difference. But I am having only concern about the recent ones, not about the old ones.
Manu, that's all just goes into the business consideration, how many units they can sell, what's their production rate, how's the competition and all. So EV is a growing market, so yes, there will be fluctuations, higher than expected ones. So
Yeah,
yes,
okay, okay. I can understand. Okay, I just told my
yes.
concern. That's it.
Rohit, yeah, please.
Yeah, but
And brother,
also Nikhil, one more
and
thing.
Manu, just one thing, Manu. Every time there would be an option that sometimes you will have car prices going up, sometimes you would be lucky that you will get a great deal. So that's how the market goes, whether it's any product. So it is what it is. So we can't say that that Tata has to decide first to see the older customer, then they have to decide the new product price. That's not the market works. Market works, uh, they want to sell their product. That's their mission. So whether the lesser
Uh,
price, whether the more price, it is what it is. But yes, now the Nexon is really a very solid product. You see, $20,000. I think it would be around $20,000. An electric car. That's a very good thing. Now our electric cars would be at par with the Chinese pricing. So we have to see,
Nikhil,
you have
actually,
to see that way.
yeah, actually, I am understanding means what you are trying to say. I can understand, and I am not denying it. Okay, I am having no problem in reducing the price. But you have told about something like someone will be lucky to take this buy at the some point of time and all. That is actually, I feel it is happening when you are reducing the price after 1 year, 2 year, or something like that. Then there is a lucky moment. But here, I think that is not there. However, I'm not arguing about it. Just I shared my concern. That's it.
That's not a
Yeah, yeah, and
concern
one
for
more
us
one.
Yeah.
again. So that how market works. Sometimes you are lucky,
Exactly.
sometimes
Yeah.
your luck is not that good. Simple.
Okay, guys.
No, also
Yeah.
one more point, Dr. Saab. One more point to add is, as per Nikhil would I would like Nikhil to correct me, but as per benchmark mineral intelligence, a report given by them, in 2019 and 20, the average cost of lithium ion one kilowatt hour was around $120. And now, as per the latest report, it has reduced to around $78. So there is a huge reduction in prices. And
So
to
it's
be
Sagar, to be very honest, in currently we are currently the EV owners are kindly into a lucky zone where the reduced lithium prices are being offered to the customers. You are not
directly
getting
to the customer.
the oil
Exactly,
barrel is
exactly,
all
correct,
time low. The oil barrel is all time low,
correct,
but government is not passing that benefit to the ICE owners. So, and
exactly, exactly.
Manu's viewpoint is very correct. We will feel that way, but it is a new technology. These things will go. These things will going. Well, these things will happen like this. Maybe after 3 months, maybe after 3 years, we were discussing. अरे यार मैंने उस टाइम पे ईवी नहीं लेनी थी. मैं 6 महीने बाद ले लेता या 6 साल बाद ले लेता. तो ऐसे ही है भाई टेक्नोलॉजी में ऐसे ही है. Once it's like a marriage. You know what you are entering into, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's like I remember the same moment in the mobile industry. It was OnePlus, and they were launching flagship killers. So this is a kind of a similar moment where the prices are reducing and features are being offered at the top notch upgrades, incremental upgrades.
Uh,
And that is
yeah.
why I still say for people that if you are into EVs, don't buy for 7 months. So I still say
I will say 3 years. If existing EV owners don't change for 3 years at least.
by that time RTOs and GSTs will start rising.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, guys. So Rohit has been raising hands. So Rohit, please introduce
Yeah.
yourself and then speak.
Hi, I'm Rohit Algerier, recent owner of Punch EV. So with the recent upgrades, I see with the Nexon and the Curve, right?
Right.
Makes me feel that the Punch EV was a bit hurried and a botched up thing, because if they have updated Nexon to the 45 kilowatt hour with the new prismatic cell, maybe this process would have started at least 6 months before, because they have to arrange for the cell, then put it in the car, then test it, etc. Then,
Absolutely.
if I look back, I think they could have maybe done better with Punch EV, because it was the first one with Gen 2, and then releasing it with what it was. It's decent. I'm not denying it, but then if you look at the price reductions and the new offerings with Nexon and then the Curve, I think that could have been better in my opinion.
So, Rohit, I would like to give some information here. Yes, I think Punch should have been launched with prismatic cells. They tested it with prismatic, and from what my information is, they shifted it back to the cylindrical one that Nexon was using. And from what I got to know today, that Tata is going to drop the cylindrical cell packs one by one. So next in the line is indeed Punch EV, and the battery capacity will increase a little bit also. So yes, that
I hope the charging speed also
yes, the
increasing.
charging speed will increase and the prismatic cells will be coming in Punch. I cannot comment on the timeline. I don't have any information regarding it. I would make that clear. But yes, the next in line, from what my information and my guess is that next in line is to be updated is it's Punch, and it might happen sooner than expected.
That's interesting to
And
hear, and
Nikhil,
that's
Nikhil, one more.
exactly what I'm pointing to, right? That it's not even
Yeah.
been 6 months.
Yeah.
For January, February they launched it, and then again this, and yeah, I
I mean,
think that's not
I
a good thing for
as
Tata to
as much
keep
as I
such short
want
cycles.
Punch to be updated, maybe they should wait for 6 more months.
But that doesn't make it feel better. But okay.
No, but yeah, I don't know Tata's exact product strategy is, because if you look, the Curve 45 kilowatt hour, it comes with cylindrical cells, and the Nexon 45 kilowatt hour, it comes with the prismatic cells. And the Curve is to be updated to prismatic also. I don't know when they will do it, but the 45 will be updated to prismatic also. So
They
I'm not sure why they are doing this mental gymnastic of doing different cells, different BMS, and having to manage something. So I,
no. See, Nikhil. Usually these companies, OEMs, they have a forward contracts of certain quantity of bulk buying. So
you
they
know,
will phase out their
Sagar,
stocks.
just that, the reported that the cylindrical cell used in the Curve 45 are different than the Goshen. They are from the Eve company, so it has to be some new contract. And it is not Tata, it's Octillion that's making the 45 Curve pack. So that contract is from Octillion side, not Tata side.
Yeah, so even Punch is also coming from Octillion. So 45
Uh,
Curve and Punch both are from Octillion, right?
Rakesh, regarding Punch, it is basically Tata doing it, but there is a Octillion logo on that for some reason. It's using the same Goshen cell and all. But the Curve 45 one, that's truly from the Octillion. That pack is truly from the Octillion with different cells.
But anyways, right? So if you're offering these upgrades, but at least you should have kept the, let's say, features pretty much similar with Gen 2, etc. Kind of, I think Tata is missing the mark there by keeping a consistent offering in the vehicle lineup that it is providing.
I don't consider Punch as Gen 2. It was just a Gen 2 marketing with basically Gen 1 Nexon packs, something like that. Because pack wise, all the cells and all, I don't consider it Gen 2 basically.
No, but they marketed it as Gen 2, right?
Yeah.
Active, new platform, etc., which they are
That
not saying for the new
Yeah, the
Nexon
platform.
45 kilowatt hour.
Active, Gyptron, and all, in our view, it's just marketing terms. Uh, Actual Active we might be seeing with, yes, the Curve updated Nexon and the upcoming ones. That I don't consider the Punch as Active or anything like that, because charging speed is still 0.75C and it's old cell and all that.
But I think again the charging thing is related to the battery, but the whole floor
Yes,
and the chassis, right, body in white,
right,
that I
right.
think is still Gen 2. But what they use inside, like you said, they tried with prismatic and went back to cylindrical. That's surprising to hear, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's something maybe it would be good to give as a feedback to Tata that yeah, this is something that they can improve upon.
We have sent them some text regarding all these upgrades and all. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for the info.
Can
Uh, Rakesh, you are an Nexon EV owner also. What do you think about this recent upgrade?
The one 45 kilowatt hour one.
Yes, yes, yes.
It is absolutely, see, to me, it was like more of Windsor effect. Okay, So
Right.
before before MG launched Windsor, they crashed the price by another 1 lakh. It was 2 lakh discount, and on the evening of the Windsor launch, they crashed it by 3 lakhs. That was before reaction, and post reaction was this 45 kilowatt hour. So I am not saying that it was a kind of knee jerk reaction, but they were planning it well because they knew already that the specification of Windsor. So it is basically in response to that, and it actually makes much more sense. 45 with 1.2C with prismatic, it is definitely, like, most value for money product as on date.
The
Right.
me also.
And there's a slight chance that Nexon might get 55 kilowatt hour pack too, because Curve and Nexon kind of share their chassis and something, I think. So there's a slight chance that it might get 55, because the 30 and 41, I think they are going to be discontinued after the stock is over. I don't think they are producing 30 kilowatt hour right now. I don't have any information regarding the 41, but 40 doesn't make any sense after 45 is there.
Even 30 also, like, if they want to kind of do with like continue with 30, so they can maybe introduce in Tiago or maybe Punch, but next one probably should not be below kind of 45 at least.
Yeah, yeah. The 30 is too low and the 40 is too close to 45 to offer. So these two one I
Right.
think will be going away.
Yep.
Yeah. And we might see punch.
Yeah, and one more thing, Nikhil.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nikhil, I don't think so. They will move on to. I don't think so. They will move on to the 55 kilowatt hour battery pack for the Nexon EV, because that would then come into the territory of Curve EV, and they have future launches for Harrier EV as well. So I think they will differentiate and segmentize their products according to the battery packs and the range as per future product launches.
I would be most happy the day that Tata starts making their variant based on the battery pack instead of the feature, because it is too cluttered. Really, the Tata's variant are okay, way too much to track. I think they should do the simple battery pack, and they just the creative and empowered. These should be add-on package. Just customer can add, and I want this package, I want that package. But at the base, it should be one variant that they should go on with.
Yeah, 100%. And one more thing, Nikhil. We are not focusing much, but BMS upgrade for the Nexon EV, that has to be one of the biggest, I think, upgrade in this recent announcement.
Uh, Sagar, I'm still trying getting conflicting information from within Tata that who has made the BMS. It is whether it's Goshen based or whether it's Tata based. I'm still getting conflicting reports, so I won't confirm that. But yes, there has been improvement on BMS. I would say that.
And with the pricing that was discussed, right? With the new Nexon 45 kilowatt, it's also kind of cannibalizing into the top end of Punch, right? Because at 14 lakhs, you get more range, faster charging, and slightly bigger car compared to the Punch top end.
Absolutely, it does, and that's why I said we might see Punch update with the higher battery pack, better charging, and lower prices. And Sagar, you mentioned about Harrier EV. So what I have information is that they have tested 70 kilowatt hour pack, and they are also trying or testing 90 kilowatt hour pack also. So that's regarding update. And yes,
It's confirmed that it is all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive will come with Harrier
yeah.
EV.
I Wait a second. I will even tell you about the motor. Uh, just a second. So the front one is induction and rear one is permanent magnet motor. And the cells are yes from Goshen, extended prismatic, and charging will be better C rate than 1.2. I would say that I won't give you the exact speed, but yes, it is better. It has been tested with better C rate than the 1.2 C. About Harrier EV.
Right. And one thing I would be adding, one you were talking about, like, they should be giving the battery packs and should be dividing it like this question has been asked to Tata for ICE as well as EV vehicles.
Right.
That why can't you just make it generalized? But they say that it would be very difficult to make. Production would be really very difficult. Somebody would ask for this pack. Somebody else. So,
No,
so,
no.
so they have tried it, but
No, what
overall,
I am saying that is that whatever the feature they are offer, they should just do it as add-on. The basic one should be selected, and the other one should be add-on to that, and they can do production that like it is going on right now. I thus
that can be tried. Yeah, you're right that way. That
I'm
can be
I'm
tried.
I'm
Yes, yes.
I'm asking them to make package of feature, not the individual features.
Got it.
Just
Got it.
package. Yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
Got
yeah.
it.
So that's what.
Got
Yeah.
it. But the good thing is they have got rid with MR and LR.
Oh,
It was always confused with more range and low range. So it's a good thing that it's gone now.
I like the name Max and Prime better than MR and LR.
Yeah, don't know. MR and LR was like medium range is considered as more range, and
I learned it.
long range is considered
No,
at low range. So it was always confusing.
right, right.
And even this time, Tata has just saved their money with the brochure.
Oh yeah,
They've just added 2 pages. They've added a page. They've added a page of persona pack. They've added the specifications, and they've added sunroof. That's it. And they've just published the same brochure again.
man. I don't want this company to add sunroof because every day I go on the road in market, I see small children looking out on the rooftop, and it's really dangerous.
That's a big disease.
Yeah,
That's a big disease.
and if you say anything to them, they will get angry. Like okay,
Yes, yes. They will just start
yeah,
abusing you.
yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so who wants DC charging in Comet EV?
Not at all. Not at all.
Sagar, you?
What? I didn't get the question. Sorry, the voice was breaking.
Do you want DC charging in Comet EV?
Yeah, definitely, I would want.
So yes, it might be coming. I have some information here that the battery pack is being configured for DC charging with the liquid cooling.
So the problem is we are living in a country where a two-wheeler can bring you from A city to B city. So why not Comet have a DC charging? So that goes that way.
Definitely. In China, Comet has a higher battery pack variant of 28 kilowatt hour. That comes with the DC charging. The lower one, this is 17.4, I think it is. It doesn't come with DC in China and other market. So I think India would become the first for that. I won't give timeline or thing because I don't have info. But yes, there's info that they are R&D and all on the pack is going on for the DC and cooling in that. So I would like that update because if you have to make some random or rare trip here and there, you should be able to without stucking on the AC charger for hours.
Yeah, I was regarding Comet, I was today having conversation with a gentleman, and it is now so fitting into people's requirement. Comet with the price and with the features being offered, and that's a very chic car. It's a very modern looking car for a city usage, and people are really getting attracted now towards Comet with the bass pricing as well. It's a fantastic
You're
car.
right. You're right. You're right. And to cut it short, Comet is selling more than XUV 400.
That's that Mahindra has a compliance car only.
You're right.
No,
You're
Dr.
right.
So
Saab, I have confirmed news that even the people working on XUV and higher executives in Mahindra, they themselves don't use XUV 400.
they don't.
Yeah.
They don't. Yeah.
So that is for only cafe norms. Let's see what they come up in coming future.
People are waiting endlessly for their Android and Apple CarPlay as well.
Yeah, so that came, I think. There is a problem with Mahindra. Every time when they launch a vehicle, whether it's ICE vehicle, they have launched recently Thar. The Apple CarPlay is still not updated.
I think
And there is an interesting thing with Hyundai.
it is
There is an interesting thing which goes with Hyundai's now. Their top models are not equipped with wireless CarPlay and Android Auto.
It's more to do with the licensing, right? Every OEM has to apply for the
Yes,
licenses
yes, yes, you're right, you're
of
right.
them.
But they're always late when applying license. I just wonder, it is just going for a XUV 700.
Maybe.
पहले 700 आई उसका उसमें एप्पल कारप्ले नहीं आया, फिर दूसरी गाड़ी है उसमें नहीं आया, फिर तीसरी है उसमें नहीं आया,
And
सब में ऐसा ही है.
one more important info I would like to give. Ministry has come up with a guideline that as by coming each and every year, cars are becoming more software based.
कर ला.
So there are strict guidelines that have come out on cyber security of cars, because as cars are having ADAS and all, they have to comply with certain
Being small हो रहा है.
safety parameter, and government has become very strict on that. So companies are working in a very hurried manner to comply with those new guidelines from the
Okay,
ministry.
okay. So what happened with the Hyundai? They've got a, I think there was a problem. The big screens, the big screens didn't have that Apple CarPlay and Android Auto app, wireless one.
I
So no,
I I
I don't know why it didn't
I
came.
think everyone should go radical and dump everything and make their own OS. But that would be too much to ask.
No, no. On the serious note, Nikhil, this is becoming a huge concern for even Mahindra is having licensing issues with regards to Apple CarPlay. But now in the future, cars will be totally software based. That the has been going on in the industry, automotive industry, and I
Absolutely.
know verified information that software will become the biggest USP in the coming years for a car, like just
You
like our
know,
mobiles. It will be
you
one
know,
of the biggest USPs.
uh, let's say 5 or 10 year ahead, everyone would have matching cells. Everyone, there would be a lot of expertise in battery making and all and BMS. So everything would be almost matching at some point. So what would be differentiating point would be indeed the software, how it is calibrated with the whole car and how it works as a integrated unit.
So EVs is similar on the lines of mobile industry. How it matured. It's going to be that the radical changes will come. Radical changes in prices. Radical changes in hardware will come definitely. As Dr. Saab said, it's maybe if you can delay, but I think it's one of the best time to move into the EV sector. For budget cars, and like Comet offering, it's a perfect car for buying in the budget segment. But Nikhil, one of the most important thing is, when we look at the cars nowadays, software, as you said, future will be of that. But if you compare right now, Apple, as a phone company, they have the top notch hardware. Even Samsung has the top notch hardware. But Apple is only defined by their software. They market it as a secure OS compared to Android, and that will be the same culture in the cars in the future EVs.
Definitely. Definitely, software would be going to play a big role. And there's one more thing would be there. It's going to be about efficiency, motor efficiency. How are we going to customize that and all? So I would like to give you one example. So out of spec in United States, new Model 3 came out, long range version, and they tested the new one, and on the same battery pack, they saw the improvement of 100-kilometer range, 60 miles or something. So that's about 100 kilometer on the same battery pack, just from the efficiency improvement and slight design changes. So if companies can push on like that, so they are going to be the winner.
I think if everyone can remember, Google came out with a modular phone concept back in 2014. So
I don't remember
very
that.
very soon in the future we might see incremental modular changes in EV cars as well, because if the architecture is same, like say let's say 400-volt architecture, and maybe third party companies can come and set up and offer a customer incremental upgrades on the same architecture, if companies and the law allows it.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're going to motor swap and all, maybe even battery swap with some technology. But that's too far away to go into deep right now. Okay, let's
I
move on to
believe
our next topic. I think, yeah.
I'm even thinking that tomorrow, like maybe next 2 3 years or maybe more, they'll be like, okay, if you want this model, do you want sodium battery, do you want aluminum air, do you want LFP? So there'll be versions based on the battery chemistries also.
That might happen, but it's I think not in any time near future, at least few years.
Yeah, at least 3 4 years, definitely
And
not.
and if it happens in China, then we will know it will happen after 5 years here.
And also, like you were talking about Comet getting DC charge. Is that confirmed or is a speculation?
Just information I have from some people I talked, I would say it 100% confirm or it has a person going to be launched. But yes, they have been trying that.
Is
I
it
won't say
GBT or CCS2?
it would be CCS2. Comet comes with Type 2 charging.
CCS2.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Type
CCS2.
fine, Type 2 is fine, but the voltage of battery of Comet is hardly 120 volts. So will CCS go that low on the voltage? That's one question.
Yeah, it can go low. It's just a matter of the how they optimize there's some cost related with the connector. So the low cost up to 72 volt and something they were going with Bharat DC and 15 kilowatt DC. But I don't see that happening. When I have more information, I would be posting that. But just I got to know that yes, they have been trying to do DC. I won't say it happening, it would happen, but they have been trying that.
And in China, is it coming with GBT or with
Well,
CCS?
China car may have to mandatory with the GBT.
Okay,
They
so
have
they
they have GBT for DC and Type 2 for AC. So they have dual port. Thankfully, we won't have that. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Some people will be more interesting. That's about the Ola Service initiative. And yeah, so what Bhavesh announced
so,
is
so
that
एक लाइन
just
याद रखिए, ये दर्द काहे कम नहीं होता है ओला के लिए तो।
just let me read it out quickly and then we can go into the discussion. And I mean, man, every single tweet of Bhavesh or Ola, it's full of complaint. I'm not sure what to make of that. There will be some supporter, and then you go on deeper into that, everything would be complaint. Yeah. So what he said that they have 800 store, but only 500 service center, and that's going to change. They will be doubling by December. 1,000 service centers. They are going to train third party mechanics also up to 1 lakh by December 2025. They are guaranteeing 1 day resolution, and if it goes delay, you will have a backup S1 scooter with you. And Ola Care Plus customer, I think it is related with some cab stuff. So you will get Ola cab coupon. And there's AI powered maintenance and diagnostics. So yeah, whatever that is. So main thing is that yes, they are going to double the service center and they will be training the third party mechanics also. So first I will put my views and then I will come to you guys one by one. Doubling of service center that needs to come with proper training of mechanics also, because we have seen that is to be a issue. Sometimes there's lack of there's something lacking at manager level or that to manage all the scooters that are coming in, because we have seen images of a service center being flooded with it and even being parked on the road and not being touched. So yes, it is a issue, and I'm happy that Bhavish is finally taking a note of that and working on it. And I hope we will see a considerable improvement in next 6 months, because the major complaint regarding Tata and Ola has been about service. Regarding third party mechanics, so I'm not sure how that is going to work, but yes, it is a welcome improvement, because as we have earlier discussed that people do trust their local mechanics more. So if they are able to solve some small issue like with headlight wiring and panel etc or sensors, that would reduce the load on them. But are they going to be certified for the warranty, to the warranty not be avoided? I don't know that. And as in earlier spaces, I said that I hope the battery and the motor repairs are going to be service center only and not to third party, because if something happens, that's going to be a major drama for the company and EV industry as well. So yes, that's regarding. And yeah, Ola is going into the partnership program. So apart from their own store, if you have a EV dealership or another, you can partner with Ola to sell the scooters as well. So Dr. Saab, you own a Ola, so what are your views on that?
Dr. Saab needs to come out of mute.
Yeah. So,
Just a second. Yeah, now it is so unmute. Yeah. So the problem with Ola is, first of all, they've never given a schedule of service. Like, there should be a schedule. So trying this another thing, hyper service, maybe a knee-jerk reaction to the news of 80,000 Olas stranding. Let's hope how they rectify it, because they've really created a mess.
I think
I
they
I
So
are
no,
I don't
they are
agree on
totally
the
different.
service.
Not have any service schedule.
they don't have any service schedule.
I th-
There is no schedule. It is like you visit. When you don't like, you don't visit. It's
I
like
think
that.
that's how should it be EVs, provided they are not having frequent issues.
Ideally, yes, means that's a fantastic model, but they are doing it out of not able to do it.
Yes, yes, that's where the issue comes.
Exactly. So there should be something like, after 10,000 kilometers, you just visit your showroom. They just clean the vehicle and just inspect it. Something like that. That should be there.
And
But no idea
they
what
they
they
are they are. I'm sure they would not like to lose the revenue
service.
of the servicing as
God
well.
help them. So I don't know how they will manage it. Uh, so I've never heard someone burning a showroom because of some service issue, and that too for a two-wheeler.
I think that people of our general public sometimes go a bit too extreme with that. But yes, the issues have been, there have been genuine issues with the Ola service. I won't deny anything
Yes, we have
to
seen people getting their Olas and speaker with, and they're like, going into the market and saying that, "Bhai, mera ye ho gaya." So so
that.
good luck to them. But I think overall, both Ola and Ather, they've not got great press for the service side. Ather guys or Ather owners are also complaining for
Ether,
different reasons. Ola
Ether,
owners are also
yeah,
complaining. And
yeah.
I think TVS guys don't hear any issues with TVS. So maybe because they are legacy ones, they already have that setup. That's why it is just controlled. Like,
You know,
so service has to become a good service has to be improving. But there is another pitfall into this. If you see Activas running on our roads, they are rarely serviced. You will find people after three free service, they rarely get their Activa serviced. I've seen people not getting their Activas regularly serviced. So maybe there
I,
has to be a way out.
as I said,
So
people only go to the local mechanic when they have a problem, and
yes, 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 you're right.
they would just change the engine oil, maybe tighten the brake, and they would try to save on as much as on the service as much possible.
We can just hope that everything goes well with Ola. At least credit to them for trying. But that news was really 80,000 vehicles stranding is really a big thing. It's not a small thing. But considering the numbers of Ola, and considering that people don't get their Active also serviced,
Yeah.
so it's like both ways. Let's
Uh,
hope for the best. Yeah,
you know,
I'm an optimist, so let's
I,
hope.
I personally have seen Ola in pretty very banged up situation. I don't know how some people are driving it, but being
Exactly. That is what I'm trying to say. That there are Activas which are pretty bad shape. I visited my friend last year, and he gave me a Activa to go in the local market, and the brakes were not working. The tires were like extremely bad, and I told him, "भाई क्या है?" So Activa
so
कौन सर्विस करवाता है? So that was so it was like that. कि
it,
भी एक्टिवा चलाना है, 60-70 हजार का लिया है, 5 साल के बाद उसे निकाल देंगे.
It happened with me too. So I was in college and I asked my friend, okay, I need to go for some local errand. Okay, just give me a scooter. And I really had to calibrate to its braking system. It was a shock.
Exactly. So we so here we can't blame here you can't blame Ola for everything, but I feel personally there should be there should be a schedule of checking, and there should
At
be a
least
there should be something to the owner कि भाई ये हो जाए तो आना है, ये ना हो तो ये ऐसे होगा.
I
So
think at least for when they launch product, at least for the couple of years to check up with how things are going in the
yes,
long term,
yes.
they should have couple of years schedule. Maybe after that, okay, if you have issue, come, and otherwise just fill the air and go on.
Yeah, you are right. You are right. बिल्कुल, you're absolutely right.
And
इवन
you
विद
know,
इवन विद इवन विद फोर व्हीलर ईवीज, हम भी वहां पे जब जाते हैं सर्विस करवाने के लिए, हम ज्यादातर तो कैबिन फिल्टर ही चेंज होता है और
right,
कुछ भी
right.
चेंज नहीं होता, बट वी आर बट वंस दे चेकअप एंड व्हीकल फोर व्हीलर इज अ बिट डिफरेंट थिंग, बट स्टिल देयर हैज टू बी अ शेड्यूल.
Yeah, as I was saying, Ola has been a new product in our area, and I have seen. I don't know how people drive that. So, and regarding Ather,
You're absolutely bang on.
Ather messed it up with dealership. They shouldn't have went with it. The dealerships have ruined the Ather service absolutely.
You're right.
So
You're right. You're
uh,
right.
I want to name a friend. If he would like to make in public in couple of days, it would be fine. But he got it written from the dealership that if we are not able to service the vehicle by this and this, that we will take it back. So that's how bad it is in some areas. So he debated them for few hours, and the final solution they have to give it in the writing. That's how bad it is regarding dealership. So I absolutely did not agree when Ather announced that they are going with dealership, and that was, I think, one of their bad decisions.
Nikhil, it's Rihir here. I really like to chime in here
Hi,
with the
Srihari,
Aether.
welcome.
Yeah, you may have seen some of my
I
tweets, right?
I
So
have I have seen your
yeah, so for everyone's, I live in Singapore, so uh, when I travel to Kerala for like holidays every 3 months or so, I when I reach my hometown and when I try to use the Aether, the front wheel uh, brake will be jammed up or there some other issue. If this is a common issue, it will be making noise and all. So I'll drop it off for service. It's been happening 2 or 3 times now. They will break some body panel. They will not fix like when they return the scooter just after service. Then they just bring it to me. The brakes will be making noise, and then uh, like what the hell they're doing? Like if when you kind of return the vehicle and then you can hear the brakes making noise, what were they doing? What's the point of service? Every time they break some panels. So what happens is of the 2 weeks I'm there, the most of it will the scooter will be in the showroom. I wouldn't be able to use it while I'm there, like short of the first day or two, and then I'll drop it off, and then I wouldn't get it back until this time. I got it back when I sat in the car and I was just about to drive out of the gate. These guys came with to drop the scooter off. That's how bad it was. Yeah, and I like to just continue on that regular service thing that you guys were discussing. The periodic service is just a thing for to support the what do you call the franchise dealerships, right? Because previously we used to have fluids change. EVs don't have that anymore. So enforcing a periodic service is uh, just a way to uh, support the dealerships, nothing else. Because in EVs there is nothing to go bad. If something goes wrong, you know that, and then you go you do that because most of the time these periodic
Uh,
checkups they don't.
Srihari, I will stop that. You here for a bit. As Dr. Saab said that people don't, even when they are having issue, they start having sounds in your tire or brake accident. People won't go for service. Okay, चल रहा है चलता रहेगा. So initially for a new product for couple of years, so maybe that Ola should try to have some for just 2 years, have some schedule to check these early issues that might pop up, especially when the product is new, as their bikes are going to be new. So maybe for that.
As in when they launched a new product for the 2 years of that product, right? Not after
Yeah,
somebody's
yeah,
bought.
not after that, but just for early couple year to keep in check for
Yeah,
some early issues.
e- even in Tesla's case, they used to have periodic checkups before, and after some time they realized it's not required, and then they did away with it. So yeah, Ola could have waited for a couple of years. That's true.
Okay, someone named wrong number is here. Okay, so Argentina, I'm not sure. So please introduce yourself and then ask question. Uh, I think he's not here. Okay, let's move on to our next topic. Yes, so next I would go on with is PME Drive or updated FAME. It has come out with 10,900 crore outlay for 2 years. It is going to subsidize 24.79 lakh two wheelers, 3.16 lakh three wheelers, and for about 14,000 electric buses. They are also putting aside 500 crore for hybrid ambulances, and for some reason they are being called e-ambulances. About 4,391 crore for 14,000 electric buses. Major focus is on cities with 40 lakh plus population. For promotion of e-trucks, they have put aside 500 crores. Uh, so just a second. Yeah. Regarding two wheelers, the two wheeler subsidy with PME drive, it is going to be 5,000 per kilowatt hour, maximum to 10,000 rupees per vehicle for the first year, and in second year it is going to be half to 5,000 per vehicle. For the three wheeler, first year subsidy is 50,000 per vehicle, and the second year will drop to 25,000 per vehicle. So yes, subsidies for two wheeler have dropped considerably, but that's expected, and our automaker should hopefully have planned with respect to that. They are also government is also putting aside 2,000 crore rupees for public fast charging, and I have questions here. uh, because they say that they are going to put 48,400 for two wheeler and three wheeler, but there is no standard for two wheeler and three wheeler. What is going to be considered fast charging in this category? What will be the connector? Which connector will get what percentage of share? How will the distribution will this be? These all questions remains. And these are big questions because we don't want these connectors to be lying useless. And are these just 3 kilowatt plug options? I don't know. And then this will subsidize 1,800 chargers for electric buses. So those are going to be 250 kilowatt ones, and 22,100 chargers for four wheelers. We don't know the power requirement, what is considered fast here, who the money will be going to. I will answer that on the next policy that we have the charging guidelines. So you might get some ideas on that. Another one is for the modernization of testing agencies. Government is putting aside 780 crore rupees. That's good. We need to update standard and all, but as one issue remains with these agencies that they do not make public the testing certification and the testing data that is for the EVs or any other ICE vehicle as well. I think these data should be public. We should be able to see what are the parameters they were tested on, what were the results. US makes it public, and I think you are able to see it in China and Korea also. So yes, we need some transparency on this regard. So, but yeah, it is a 2 year scheme. It was named to be FAME 3, but it is now Electric Drive Revolution in Innovative Vehicle Enhancement Scheme. Quite a big name, E-Drive. So that's about that. So Sagar, any comments on the policy? So yeah, Sagar, any comment regarding the policy? Dr. Saab, you go on. I think Sagar is inaudible.
I think on policy matters, being a government servant, I can just say that they have to become they are good on paper, but everything has to be in reality.
Implement.
जब तक ये चीजें इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं होती, जब तक हम मान नहीं सकते कितना करोड़ कहाँ गया। पता नहीं कैसे बनाते हैं ना ये लोग, इतना करोड़ हमने ये बस लगा दी,
Yeah,
इतना
yeah.
करोड़ का ट्रक लगा दिया।
Yes, yes.
So no idea how it works, but yes, it will give a boost to the EV industry. There is no doubt about it. Let's see how they implement it, because it will happen in a phased manner. So at least government is giving a good push to these kind of initiatives. So let's hope for the best.
So Sagar is having mic issue. If anyone else
Be-
wants,
because because until because until now, the only thing which we always say that the apartment charging will be a challenging factor for electric vehicles in especially tier 1 cities. That problem still persists. Even we have seen people winning their court cases also and still not been able to uh, get the chargers installed.
so yeah, that answer comes in the next policy, the charging guidelines. Next one will be that. Uh, Sagar, are you back or you still having issues?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Am I audible
Yes,
now?
you are.
Hello. Yes, yes. I was listening about. I
Yes,
was, unable
you're
to connect
audible.
my mic.
You're
Yeah,
audible.
yeah, 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 yeah. Doctor Saab, I just heard you. You saying that apartments. There's a thing with the charging issue.
Yeah, so I was
Doctor
telling
Saab, it's a
I was just telling in the context that that every policy is great on paper, but it has to be implemented. We have not seen this apartment charging. People are still struggling. Every day we find this story coming up again and again.
Absolutely, absolutely, Doctor Saab. Since I've been coming up in the open about that PIL thing. Many people have contacted me, in direct messages on WhatsApp, on Twitter, and they have been asking me. So, what's the solution? So, on ground, 100% what you said is correct. There are clear guidelines from the government side that you can install charging, by following certain parameters of safety while installing. But as in India, there is a lot of negative mindset about EVs. Majority of the people, they think it's a hazard for the whole apartment, or the building. But there are clear guidelines, that no one can stop you from taking a NOC from the cooperative housing society, or the apartment society. And if anyone has any issues, during that, I am a lawyer, so I can say you that you please visit the registrar of societies. There's the office for all these cooperative housing societies, which handles all the issues and their compliance, legal compliance. You just have to go there. You have to give a written complaint, and rest of the things will be taken care from that particular institution of the government, handling all the society matters. So please, everyone, be aware of your rights. Come
So,
up
so what,
in the open.
Sagar, I will just interrupt you. Very sorry to interrupt you. The problem which the people are facing is that the RWAs, what they are doing is they are just getting people into trap of the NOC from the fire. Like, भी उन्होंने NOC नहीं दी, तो हम इसलिए लगा नहीं सकते charger. So that's pretty absurd, and this problem would ये problem बढ़ेगी, कम नहीं होगी ये. मतलब this would only increase. This will not end here. People will really find it very difficult to overcome these RWAs.
In
Uh, so
100%, Doctor Saab, what you're
they are
saying is
like
absolutely
bullies.
true.
They
Yeah.
don't allow a
Yeah.
bachelor into their societies. So EV charging तो बहुत बड़ी बात है इनके लिए.
No, particularly if I say you about Maharashtra, Dr. Saab, where I reside, there are clear guidelines from even the fire safety department, for wiring in the housing societies. You have to follow their particular guideline, and there is no express need for that particular NOC.
Sagar,
So for a particular
people have
yeah.
been having issues in Maharashtra. Despite of guidelines, these RWAs remain a headache, and there need to be more strict rules regarding what RWA
till
can and
till the
cannot do.
time till the time they remain guideline, it will always be a hassle. There has to be a policy
Exactly.
frame for that,
Right.
and every
So
owner
100
should have.
100%, then we would take that issue in the PIL too, which I'm planning to file in June 2025. Definitely, I'll take that matter seriously if
And
this issues are,
Every EV owner should have a right to charge. In the similar way, people are having fundamental right. This is also a fundamental right, I would say.
that
अभी तो ऐसा हो रहा है कि any building, any apartment building, the electric guy is being apartheid. Like he's some like he's now some like it's like a fall guy. कि भाई ये अजीब अलग 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 प्लैनेट से है ये बंदा भी ऑड वन आउट करके उसको मतलब they really harassing these guys and people have decided not to buy their electric vehicles after these kind of experiences because not a person who is going to 9 to 5 job in a corporate office, he doesn't have time to fight with the RWAs. So something has to be done on this, and this would be the biggest challenge in our EV sector.
uh, definitely. And as I was saying, there's a point mentioned in the charging guidelines. We will just go over that. And if anyone has any contact at Maharashtra Fire Department, please let me know, guys. I have some questions for them. Okay, let me open up the new charging guideline that came up. Yes, so let me check if I'm on unmute. Yes, I am unmuted. Yes, so Government of India has finalized the installation of charging guideline 2024, and these guidelines are going to supersede any of the previous notification issued by Ministry of Power, and they are going to be effective from the September of 17, 2024. So yes, the first appreciable step in this is that it sets a time limit for discoms to provide connection for chargers. In the metro area, they have to approve the connection in 3 days. In the other area, it is to be 7 days. In the rural area, 15 days. And if it is hilly area, 30 days. And if it requires extension of the grid infra or transformer, etc., they have a 90-day timeline. So what has been happening till now in some states that discoms have been taking too much of time. There have been cases of bribes also for approving the connections to CPOs regarding the chargers. So we hope that this finally enables that their discom should have a single window online for the clearance of this. Second one is that up to 150 kilowatt, the connections can be issued on the low transmission line instead of the high transmission HT. So up to 150 kilowatts. So what happens is that LT lines attract low fixed charges as compared to the HT lines. So if someone is coming to install say charger of 60 or 100 kilowatt, they can just do on the LT line instead of going to the ST lines, as is some places they were forced to. And solar energy integration on that on the top of charger, that is allowed now. Next step is that government entities, they shall offer land with revenue sharing of rupees 1 per kilowatt hour with the CPOs. uh, this is good thing, but the next one, we have seen the drama with the oil company HPCL, BPCL, IOCL. We have seen how their charging infra is. Government said that the government may prioritize existing fuel retail outlet by oil marketing company for installation of public EV charging. And that's there comes the point of the PM e-drive subsidy for the fast charging. uh, are these going to go to these oil marketing companies instead of a CPO who is doing at a better location and better uptime, etc.?
That will be a dead investment again.
Yeah. So who? I mean, I don't want to spend a time at a fuel station if I can do at a nearby restaurant. So how it is going to be decided that where the government is going to prioritize which charger to incentivize to? Because earlier, I think the government gave quite a big sum to these oil companies, and we have seen how their half of the chargers are offline at sometimes. So this remains a question mark for me in the both policies. Regarding heavy duty EVs, trucks and buses, if the chargers are made especially for them, there should be at least two charger capable of delivering 240 kilowatt each independently. In the draft, it was 250 kilowatt. I don't know why they made it 240. And the offices and commercial building, they can use the existing connection or apply for the new connection as per need. Same goes for the residential owner, and they can request and separate meter with EV charging tariff. But not every discom has it right now, and not every state has it right now. So I don't know if this means that they must have something regarding the EV charging, EV tariff meter. Regarding housing societies, we did send some feedback to government that they should put some strict language here, but they didn't do that. So the group housing societies can establish a common EV charging system, and they can charge as like a CPU. So, Sagar, where who the profit goes to? If it is a society has set up a common charging system, who the profit goes to?
See, usually I've researched on this lately because I myself am planning to, install a establish a charging station. And regarding this, the model for sharing is, if RWA, that is any society is, partnering up with the CPO. Usually, the case right now, if the investment is being done by the company completely, it's 80-20 in most of the cases. So 80% will be taken up by the CPO and 20% will go to the society's account. That is the model right now, but it depends on how you negotiate. But most of the cases are 80-20
My
right now.
question is, should these housing societies be profitable?
See, these societies are not meant to be, a profitable like a company. But as we all know, what kind of state of affairs are there in apartment societies in India. That's a very shameful state of affairs, because it's a marketing platform for the society board members that they boast up and they take a pride in. That's the thing.
To me, it is illegal activity because they are ideally not allowed to resell the electricity, which they are doing at a premium. So if they are like charging the same amount which Discom is charging, it is fine, but they are charging hefty amount.
Nikhil, you're not
Yes.
audible.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm saying that these RWAs and the societies, they are reselling by making the profit, which they are not allowed to do actually.
So actually,
It is
government has
illegal for
allowed
them.
them.
No, no. So government has allowed them, but they cannot take a cut on the electricity there, right? If they are not investing anything.
Yeah, I mean, the what the government has written like is the group housing society will determine the charging fee on the applicable electrical tariff and the service limit ceiling limits. So I mean the limits that apply on the CPU, the same will apply on the group housing society.
Yeah,
And I'm not
with
sure
new charging guidelines.
how
New charging guidelines,
yeah,
yes.
and how and why the group housing society should charge more than the uh, basic electricity and maybe one or two for the maintenance if it goes to some company that they have given contract to.
Correct, correct. They are not profitable organization anyway.
Yes, so
Yeah, actually, this will turn out to be the biggest hurdle, in individual charging points, because now the cooperative society board members will wake up and they might see, vitamin M in all the these guidelines, and they would try to restrict, individual
yeah,
parking spots
yeah.
charging
Yeah, I
points.
mean,
So that will turn out to be a whole new issue in the times to
no,
come.
And
but as per the charging guidelines, they cannot block the private access, right?
they the government, our feedback was regarding this, that there should be some strict line regarding that, but the government had just written that resident can install private EV charging station in their designated parking space. The distribution licensee, that is the discom, will ensure electricity supply through existing meter or a separate sub meter. So it is not,
All
they
right.
haven't written that they have a right, it has a resident can install. And if, then it will go into the local each state building bylaws, and the RWs will keep doing their play that they have been doing till now. So I am very
No, anyway,
yeah, disappointed in
anyway,
this step. Yeah.
the documents name itself is charging guidelines rather than any regulation. That is a big problem.
I mean, they mandate many things. Some have been optional, but they mandate many things. So this could have been mandated, or even a separate notification would have done so. So yeah, one more thing we would share is that that's problematic regarding EV is that the government has put a price cap on what a CPO can charge, and it is a flawed approach in our view. Yes, we want cheaper charging, we don't want costly charging for anyone, but we think that government should stay out of how a CPO should price their the service limits. If the government is subsidizing the installation, then they have every right to put the limits as such as they wish to. But if the government is not subsidizing anything, then they should stay out of how a CPO should charge. Because the problem remains that for the AC charging, they have capped it at 3 rupees per kilowatt hour or 4 rupees per kilowatt hour during solar and non-solar hours. So that's the maximum of it. Will include their profit, and it will include their maintenance, it will include their installation charge. All of that they would have to recover this from 3 or 4 rupees per kilowatt hour. And for the DC charger, they have capped it at 11 rupees per kilowatt hour during solar hour and 13 rupees per kilowatt hour during a non-solar hour. And what problem is that the DC charging, they have just mentioned one category, DC fast. The DC goes from 15 to as high as you want. The first point is they have not created a tiered structure in the DC charging. What this will do is the even the established player, they would find themselves that they might not want to install in the higher power DC charging infrastructure, like a 200 kilowatt and even higher, that we are going to need in the upcoming future. And at some faraway places, there are many small startup doing one or two charger hand and there, they might not find it encouraging that the government has put limit on what their investment return are going to be per kilowatt hour. So this might be troublesome in that regard, so we do not support this. Another thing that the government fails to include here is that discoms have a fixed charge per kilowatt per month. You have at your home too, I think, uh, in many states. So these fixed charge range from between 100 to 300 kilowatt per month, per kilowatt per month. So if you are installing a 30 kilowatt charger at rupees 100 for a, let's say, low tension line, so it is going to be just 3000 for per month for nothing. Even if you go higher, and you can go higher and higher, not 3, sorry, 30. Yeah. So that's how it's going to be. So that becomes a major problem, because some discoms charge up to as 300 per kilowatt per month. Tamil Nadu had something like 550. They reduced it recently. So this is a major burden. And it is just not that it is an installation cost, because every state has different guideline on what should be mandated regarding the installation and all. For and sometimes CPO have to invest in their own transformers also. The discoms don't do that. The CPOs have to invest in their transformers also, so there are significant costs related to installation of a charging infrastructure, and then the costs are related to even maintenance of that also. So we are wholly against the government coming in this domain to how to limit the pricing structure of that. So Sagar, any comments on this?
No, absolutely. Very well pointed out by you, Nikhil. In the policy that these changes have been made. I think they will have to take back these clauses very soon, because there would be a huge cry in the CPO industry,
Sagar,
and they would
uh,
definitely.
not just us. Every CPO we know of, they sent their feedback regarding this, and the government Babu just discarded them. I don't think they even read our email, because we, along with in partnership with Charge Mode, sent a very lengthy email on the feedbacks, and I think most have been just not even read once.
Yeah, to be honest, very honest and very transparent, I would say these clauses are, deliberately, they put it in the policy, so as to, we all know what happens behind the curtains in the that bureaucracy side. So I think this is kind of indirect control and red tape harassment that they usually do. And it would they will have to take it back. I think the industry would not sit quiet.
I mean, industry sent their feedback, but they discarded it. That was my point. But let's see what happens now. Because what comes is that if the startup CPOs are not going to do it, who is going to fall into? It is going to be going into all the oil marketing companies. So that issue comes again in my mind. I don't know why. Anyone else likes to speak, or if we have any questions regarding this, then we will wrap this up. Please raise hand and ask for the speaker permission. Just last couple of minutes left. Dr. Saab, Rakesh, any comments? Yeah.
Yeah, so why would somebody install a 240 kilowatt charger with current guidelines? As simple as
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. As
Yep.
I said, there's no tiered structure. If they are going to do that, at least should have it tiered structured. And they have mandated that for the truck and buses, it is going to minimum 240 kilowatt one per
Yep.
charger. So it's basically, I mean, who wants to do that?
The rates should have been driven by the competition.
Definitely. I mean, the most CPUs right now are under these guidelines. The charging rates are not going to be affected, but that's not the point because right now
Yeah,
charger like
only
30 or
only
60 kilowatt.
exactly only CPO which would be affected immediately would be Tata Power. So that's I think probably way beyond above these guidelines.
I I
Rest all
I don't think so. They
are
are that because the how the pricing is going to be structured that you include electricity prices per kilowatt hour, plus land prices per kilowatt hour,
yep.
plus the 11 or 13 rupees per kilowatt hour plus GST. So I think most are going to be under that. Maybe the charge on etc. Some have 150 kilowatt charger. They have higher price. They might be affected. But yes, it is
Hmm.
not a good look to government to jump into, and I am not sure who advised them to do so.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone from listener, if you have any question, last couple of minutes, feel free to raise hand and ask for the speaker permission. Okay, no one. Okay, thank you everyone. Today was this, and okay, some Rohit is asking. Let me. Rohit, you have any comments or you have any questions? Rohit, I personally don't have any information regarding that, but I can ask around. Sagar, do you know?
Yeah, it is planned, during the festive
Okay.
season, and I have got information from verified sources that yeah, an upgrade EV upgrade program is going to come from Tata.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, awesome.
So in Tata IRA app, they have brought in some menu saying exchange program. So probably they'll leverage that for giving this facility.
Oh, good for owners if it happens.
Yep.
Yeah. Dr. Saab, any closing comments? If you are still
Uh,
here.
this one, whether the Tata guys would provide a exchange program, I think maybe with time they will do. And if you consider Maruti Suzuki, once they said they were focusing on EVs and the resale. So there is a good chance that Tata will do it because they have the best customer base, right? And the EV policy was really very good. This especially the charging one is really very good. Uh, so let's hope these kind of things are implemented. And Ola services, we know it would be hit and miss again. And rest it was wonderful. Nexon 45 kilowatt is really a game changer for this electric vehicle space. Now there is no problem. Now we can easily say now, भाई 15 लाख की कार है 320 आराम से चलेगी.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. Yes. Yeah.
And Dr. Saab, if you see, I would have never recommended Tata Nexon EV to anyone before this upgrade. But now it's such a beautiful and such an attractive product that it will sell like hotcakes. And I would even
True,
to
true.
personally recommend
Absolutely true.
to go for.
Considering now the prices would fall in terms of like in 7 to 8 months, there would be discounts and all those things. So it's a great opportunity for someone who wants to own an electric vehicle. So
No.
that's you are absolutely right.
Manu is not going to like any more discounts for now.
Manu can start with systematic investment plans that would help him.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining. And if you have
Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you for
any
conducting these spaces.
any feedback regarding how we can improve the spaces, and if you are not aware, we put this on YouTube also after 3 or 4 days, as soon as we can edit this out. So please do share if you find this interesting, and thank you for joining. See you next week,
Thank you,
hopefully.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
Nikhil.
thank
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 you.
you,
you.
thank you,
Bye.
Nikhil. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Bye guys.